Welcome back to the channel. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am for today's video. This one is unlike anything you've seen before, and I'm absolutely certain it will change your life. Why? Because today we're going to challenge and dismantle some of the most deeply ingrained beliefs we've held since childhood, beliefs that have unknowingly led us straight into the arms of toxic narcissistic individuals. For far too long, we've been raised on ideas that, without even realizing it, have kept us stuck in harmful relationships. It's time to address those misconceptions head-on. I'm going to reveal the truths that no one has told you before, the real reasons we fall prey to narcissists, and how these beliefs fuel their manipulative behavior. But this video isn't just for those of you currently stuck in toxic relationships. It's also for those who have escaped but need to protect themselves from ever falling into the same trap again. And even if you're currently living your best life and feeling safe, this video is for you too. We need to understand these dangers so we can stay ahead of them. I promise you, this video will be a guide that gives you the insight and tools you need, not only to heal but to prevent these narcissistic personalities from entering your life in the first place. And here's the kicker. The last misconception I'm going to expose will shock you. It's going to turn everything you thought you knew on its head, and it might just be the turning point you've been waiting for. So I need you to focus, to really listen closely, and stay with me until the very end. Trust me, the revelation waiting for you at the conclusion will change everything. 1. Everyone can change. Debunking the myth. One of the most deeply ingrained beliefs we've been taught is that everyone can change. That with enough time, effort, and patience, people, even narcissists, will eventually transform for the better. And I get it. You're a good person with the best intentions. You've made changes in your life, worked hard to improve your behavior, your values, and your treatment of others. You believe that if you can change, anyone can. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not everyone can change, especially not narcissists. Why is that? First, not everyone actually wants to change. Many people, particularly narcissists, don't even see their flaws or mistakes. They don't feel remorse or guilt the way you might. And even if they acknowledge their behavior, they might do so only to manipulate the situation in their favor, not because they want to grow. Second, change requires sacrifice. It's not just about thinking differently. It's about putting in the work. Real, lasting change means being willing to let go of old habits, facing uncomfortable truths, and making sacrifices. Narcissists, by nature, are unwilling to make those sacrifices. Their need for control and superiority outweighs their willingness to change. There's another related myth that goes hand in hand with this one. The belief that you can change someone else. This is a dangerous trap many of us fall into, especially when we're in toxic relationships. You can't change a narcissist, no matter how hard you try. No one can change another person. It's an exhausting, never-ending cycle that only leads to disappointment and heartache. When you let go of this illusion, that you can change them, or that they'll change on their own, you'll begin to see relationships for what they truly are. You'll approach every interaction not from a place of hope for transformation, but with clarity and healthy boundaries. This shift in perspective will transform the way you view not only romantic relationships, but all relationships. 2. Forgiveness means forgetting, breaking the illusion. The second belief that narcissists often use to manipulate and control is the idea that forgiveness means forgetting. This is one of the most dangerous myths we've been taught, especially if we are inherently compassionate people. We're told that to truly forgive, we need to forget the hurt, let go of the past, and move forward with a pure heart. But here's the harsh reality. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, especially when it comes to narcissistic abuse. When you forgive someone, particularly a narcissist, it doesn't mean erasing the damage they've done or pretending that everything is okay. Forgiveness, in this context, is about letting go of the anger and resentment you may hold against the person. It's for your peace, not theirs. but forgetting the harm they've caused is a huge mistake. Narcissists often repeat their toxic behaviors, betraying or mistreating you over and over. When that pattern continues, it's no longer a one-time mistake. It's a lifestyle, a constant cycle. You can forgive the narcissist once, maybe twice, but never forget the damage they've caused. If you forget, you'll only open yourself up to being hurt again. The cycle will continue. Remember this rule. Yes, forgive to free yourself from resentment, but never forget. Keep the lessons learned close, so you can protect yourself and never fall into the same trap again. 3. Others come first, redefining self-worth. The third belief we need to challenge is the idea that others come first. This belief has likely been ingrained in many of us, especially those who are naturally kind and compassionate. It tells us that we must always prioritize the needs of others, often putting our own needs last. This might seem noble on the surface, but it's a misunderstanding of true altruism. Altruism is about helping others, but it doesn't mean sacrificing yourself entirely for them, especially when the other person, like a narcissist, takes and takes without giving anything back. Narcissists are energy vampires. They're never satisfied and will drain you until you're empty, broken, and depleted. When you constantly place others above yourself, particularly toxic people, you're allowing them to take everything from you without any regard for your well-being. What's essential is finding a balance. Yes, sometimes we need to give others priority, but it should never be at the expense of our own mental, emotional, or physical health. True altruism isn't about putting yourself second all the time. It's about helping when you can, but not at the cost of your own self-worth. Prioritize yourself too, and remember, a healthy relationship with others starts with a healthy relationship with yourself. 4. Giving multiple chances, knowing when to stop. The fourth belief that keeps many of us stuck in toxic cycles is the idea that we should give others multiple chances. This is a belief rooted in compassion, and it's easy to fall into when you're someone who believes in second chances, especially if the person seems remorseful. We often tell ourselves, "They made a mistake. They're sorry. I should give them another chance." But here's the truth. Giving endless chances to someone who hasn't changed is a form of self-sabotage. Yes, people make mistakes. And yes, we should allow others the opportunity to learn, grow, and correct their actions, if they truly want to change. But when it becomes clear that a person is repeatedly hurting you and showing no real intention to change, each new chance you give only drags you deeper into their manipulation. Narcissists, in particular, will use your kindness to keep you stuck, knowing you'll forgive and give them another chance. The more you offer chances, the more you're allowing them to take from you, your time, your energy, your peace. So from now on, stop giving chances to those who don't deserve them. Recognize when you're being manipulated and set firm boundaries. Real change doesn't happen after the 5th or 10th chance. It happens when both parties are committed to growth and the actions back up the words. 5. Patience for everything. Understanding healthy limits. The 5th belief we were taught is that we must be patient with everything. We're often told that patience is a virtue and that it's a noble trait to endure hardship without complaint. But here's the reality. Patience has its limits. Yes, patience is essential when it comes to small mistakes or misunderstandings, where growth and improvement are possible. But when it comes to serious, repeated betrayals, like theft, defamation, and psychological, physical, or spiritual harm, especially at the hands of a narcissist, patience is no longer the answer. In these situations, what we're calling patience is really a form of self-humiliation. It's submission, accepting the loss of dignity, and allowing ourselves to be continuously abused. No one should tolerate being hurt, manipulated, or disrespected repeatedly. Patience with toxic behavior only enables it, giving narcissists the power to continue their cycle of abuse without consequence. So, from now on, recognize that there are red lines that should never be crossed. You don't have to be patient with mistreatment. Real strength lies in knowing when to walk away, set boundaries, and protect yourself. Patience should be for things that can be repaired, not for toxic, ongoing harm. 6. Loyalty and sincerity. Redefining true loyalty. The sixth belief that keeps us trapped in toxic relationships is the idea that loyalty and sincerity should always come first. And yes, loyalty and sincerity are undeniably important. They are the foundation of trust and strong relationships, both with others and with ourselves. When we are loyal, we feel proud and satisfied, knowing that we've honored our values. But here's where this belief goes wrong, especially when dealing with a narcissist. The narcissist will use your loyalty against you. Narcissists thrive on double standards. They demand loyalty and sincerity from you, but they are incapable of returning it. They manipulate your devotion to control and entrap you. The more loyal you are, the more they exploit your attachment to this idea of being faithful, while they continue to betray, lie, and deceive. I want to make this clear. I'm not promoting betrayal. Loyalty and sincerity are wonderful qualities, but in the case of a narcissist, these virtues can blind you to the reality of their behavior. They twist your loyalty to make you feel obligated to stick around, even when they continue to hurt you. You become pathologically attached, not to them, but to the idea of loyalty itself. So yes, be loyal, but don't let that loyalty be weaponized. Understand that a narcissist will never offer the same loyalty in return, and they will use your devotion to control you. Protect your integrity, and don't let their lack of sincerity take away yours. 7. Relationships are sacred. The truth behind healthy connections. The seventh belief that many of us hold is that relationships are sacred. We've been told that marriage is sacred, the bond between parents and children is sacred, and friendships are sacred. But here's the truth. There is nothing truly sacred except your relationship with God. If you believe in Him, of course. Yes, relationships are important. And yes, we should value and maintain them. But what really matters is the health of these relationships. Healthy relationships are the ones that uplift us, nourish us, and contribute to our growth. They shouldn't drain us or diminish our self-worth. The moment a relationship becomes exploitative, harmful, or toxic, like when we're dealing with a narcissist, the so-called sacredness of that relationship falls apart. Relationships are only sacred when they are reciprocal, supportive, and healthy. When they become a source of emotional abuse or manipulation, they lose their sanctity. So I want you to shift your mindset. From now on, stop idolizing relationships just because they're labeled sacred. If a relationship harms you, it's not worth holding on to. Prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical well-being over any unhealthy connection. 8. Focus on the positives. Embracing reality, not denial. The eighth belief I want to challenge today is the idea that we must always focus on the positives and ignore the negatives in others. We've all been told to look for the good in people and not dwell on their flaws. And while this can be healthy in many situations, there's a crucial distinction here. Yes, everyone has flaws, and focusing on the positives can keep us from living in negativity. But what happens when we choose to ignore the harmful behavior of others, especially when it's being done intentionally, like with a narcissist? This belief, when applied incorrectly, becomes self-deception. It's one thing to overlook minor imperfections, but it's another to ignore the damage being done to you. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, and their goal is to harm and control you. If you only focus on their positives and ignore the destruction they're causing, you're sacrificing your own well-being. So, from now on, see things for what they truly are. Acknowledge both the positives and the negatives. Don't let yourself be fooled into staying in a toxic relationship because you're trying to justify harmful behavior. Protect yourself by embracing reality, not denial. 9. Unconditional love. Understanding healthy love boundaries. Now we come to the final belief, the idea that unconditional love is the ultimate goal. I know this belief is deeply ingrained in many of us. We've been taught that love should be endless, unconditional, without limits or boundaries. But here's the truth. There is no such thing as unconditional love, at least not in the way we've been taught to believe. There are only two types of unconditional love that truly exist. The love we have for God, if you believe in Him, and the love parents have for their children, provided the parents are healthy and emotionally stable. When we talk about love in relationships, especially in romantic partnerships, it's not about unconditional love. It's about mutual respect, reciprocity, and healthy boundaries. In any relationship, there should be constants, rules that both partners agree on and uphold. These include respect, loyalty, kindness, and emotional support from both sides. With a narcissist, though, this dynamic changes completely. You may think you're offering them unconditional love, but in reality, you're offering a one-sided sacrifice. You give and give, while they only take. You might believe that their lack of reciprocation is just their way of loving you, but this is not love. It's exploitation. Once you accept this truth, that unconditional love is an illusion, especially in toxic relationships, you'll see life and relationships in a new light. Healthy love is built on partnership, mutual effort, and shared respect. When this belief finally falls, it will change your entire perspective on relationships and empower you to protect yourself from exploitation. And here we are, at the end of this transformative video. These beliefs we've discussed are noble. They're values that we've been raised on and cherished. But when it comes to toxic, narcissistic individuals, they can turn against us. The same beliefs that we think are helping us can, in fact, enable narcissists to manipulate and control us. I hope this video has helped you see these truths clearly and that you'll share it with others who need to hear it. This isn't just for those currently suffering from narcissistic abuse. This video is a guide, a dictionary of sorts, to help you build healthier, more balanced relationships with your partners, friends, family, and colleagues. Understanding these ingrained beliefs is essential to protecting yourself and ensuring your relationships are truly fulfilling. If you found value in this video, please like it and share it as widely as possible so more people can benefit. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories matter, and we can all learn from each other. Until next time, take care of yourself and be happy. See you in the next video.